Well, I don't think so. This is a rivalry game. 75 years is a lot of respect for past performances of players and also the two universities. So we definitely respect our opponent. We're not going to overlook these guys for sure. We're starting to talk about it. You know, we went through the whole thing with the Aggies a couple weeks ago, and this one's a little different because you don't live there with them, but it's still a rivalry. And I think when they get up there and get in front of those fans warming up, they'll understand what I mean. We're not where we need to be. You know, we've got to improve, and that's what practice is about, and that's what I'm going to talk to them about today. As a matter of fact, I'm going to talk to them about, you know, nothing stays the same in life. You're not the same person you were yesterday. You're not the same person you're going to be tomorrow. Nothing stays the same. You're either better or worse, and we want to get better. So today is a day where we practice and get. We were emotional going into the game Saturday night and enthusiastic. It was just the execution of individuals, but a different guy every down. If there was one thing I could put my finger on, it would, I don't know, I guess inconsistency on our offense's part. We needed to block better for the run, and we needed to catch the ball better. And Trevor was off, I think, a little bit in the first half, and the ball was a little bit behind you, and you don't make the great catch. So we're going to work hard to improve. The Lobos are struggling, they are, but there might be a lot of teams that didn't win those first three games. They were playing against some really good opponents in their first three games, and I don't think it would be unusual for any other team to, you know, done poorly against those teams because they're really good. I'm sure they're disappointed about the UNLV game because that's one game they could have gotten after. Well, it was like I said Saturday night, you know, it was a team effort. It was when part of your team doesn't do well, then you help support him and pick it up, and we certainly did that. The defense has been playing better every week. They're getting better every week.
They're going to come out here and fight hard. You know, they wounded right now. They're down. They're going to have a tough season. They just going to come out and try their best and just fight hard. Pretty good, just like they had a lot of tough breaks this season, but they look like a pretty good team. The record doesn't show how good they really are. I've heard about it, but these last 2 years since I've been here, we haven't played them, so I just basically heard about it. But if it's anything like New Mexico State, I know what to expect. The game really doesn't change much. It's like the fans, we don't really have our fans, but we should have a home crowd a little bit since it's not that far away, but I mean, I really don't expect it to change. Not at all. I know that every game is just a new chance, and we just got to keep preparing the same way, because once you get lackadaisical, that's when things start going downhill again. So we just got to keep working hard every day, no matter what.
Played a tough schedule so far, so we can't look at their schedule and try and determine what kind of team they are, because we know they're a physical team. They always have try-hard athletes, and they're a real tough-nosed team, and I think they're gonna come to play on Saturday. I wouldn't say that. I don't think that we're overconfident. We just know that we're putting the effort in during practice to get ourselves ready on Saturdays, and I think that it's paying off. And the determination and I think the attitude of all the players on our team has really paid off. It's a lot different than it was the last season. I think that's why we're where we are. Just, you know, one guy off here or there. It wasn't, you know, us as a group where we had a penalty that set us back, or, you know. It's not that we weren't, I wouldn't say that we weren't on the same page, but it's just we weren't executing our plays. And we had a lot of things open, we just weren't capitalizing. I worked during this week and make sure that when we get to Saturday, we're all doing the things we're doing in practice and not trying to play outside of what we're doing. We know that, you know, between us and New Mexico State and New Mexico, it's always, you know, big rivalry games, and it means a lot, not only to us as a team, but us as a community. And going into this game, we know that it's going to be like, you know, a dogfight like it was versus New Mexico State, and playing these guys, we know they're going to come in, they're going to play, and they're going to give us a challenge. And you know, we kind of have the feeling that they feel like we're one of the lesser teams they're going up against this season. So, you know, we just got to prepare for that. I felt like the confidence was there throughout the game. We just weren't clicking. We just weren't getting down the field and scoring the points. There wasn't ever an issue in my mind or a doubt in my mind that we weren't confident and didn't know that we couldn't move the ball. And I think, you know, that very end of the game, the pressure wasn't on us to move down the field, but it was on them to stop us. And we were confident within what we were doing, and we just made the plays at the end of the game. It doesn't matter who's on the field at that given time. We all know that we can step in, fulfill our roles, and make a play.
A little sore. You know, take a day off. He's still sore from the game. We all got together, the offense, and we had a talk at halftime. We told each other how to step up. We felt like defense was controlling the game, and we needed to make an impact, and we finally got our chance in that last drive. We knew it was crunch time, and we just hit on all cylinders, and we got the ball down the field and made that last field goal. I felt great, man. I felt like it was last year again, how they trusted me with the ball in my hands, and I did what I did. Showed everybody, like, on the sidelines and on the field, that we're capable of moving the ball 97 yards or however far it was down the field.
It was okay. It was okay. Tuesdays are always a little bit, guys are still have a little soreness, and they don't, scout team doesn't have it quite figured out. But this week, I think our scout team's going to be really, really good. So we're doing a really good job.
It's going to be a fun game. You know, I talked to a lot of the guys on the team. You know, I talked to plenty of the guys on the team: Carmen Messina, Bubba Forrest, Byron Bell. You know, I talked to a lot of those guys. They're my team. You know, they're the guys who I have learned to love and grow against, and I respect those guys. But now I'm a minor, and you know, like when I talk to those guys, you know, hey, we're coming to get a win. You know, so you guys better be ready. And they, you know, it's kind of funny. They're like, well, you know, when we step on that field, you know, we're going to be ready too. But you know, as soon as it's all over, you know, then we can be buddies again. So that's going to be pretty exciting. It'd be pretty exciting. I was talking to Bubba today on the phone, and he was like, you know, hey, are you going to get a chance to play? I was like, man, I hope so. He was like, whatever you do, just don't throw the ball deep on us, because you know our weaknesses. I was like, hey, man, I'm just going to do what I can do to help us win. And so, no, it's all good on both sides. You know, I think that me and those guys have a lot of respect for us. It's just, you know, one guy who kind of made me separate from the team, and I think we all kind of know who that guy is. And, you know, other than that, I have the utmost respect for those guys. You know, I love that team to death. I love the assistant coaches. And other than that, you know, it's going to be a good game.
I really don't even realize who's out there. They roll on their own. I give them the plan during the week. You know, they know when they're supposed to go in and when they're supposed to go out. You know, I don't even look to see who's in the game. You know, that's how much I trust them. You know, so I'm not looking out there and saying, in this situation, I want these 4 guys out there. They just, you know, however the rotation's falling at that time, that's what they do. Oh, it's great, you know, because I think we're still fresh, and, you know, the offensive line, the same 5 guys are playing the whole game. And I think, you know, they've played 70 plays, and you know, the most that the first 2 tackles have played is like 32 plays, and so we still have some energy left in the game. That's what I did in the NFL. I've done that my whole career in the National Football League. You know, whoever was a live body on Sunday played. You know, because, you know, if you're asking them to give you maximum effort and you're asking them to go full speed every play, you know, that's coach speak. You know, once you get tired, you can't go full speed every play. And so if you want the best the whole time, you got to give them a chance to get their win. You know, and I learned that coaching in the NFL. Now, you know, some Sundays I would have 8 tackles, it's 8 defensive linemen, and some Sundays I would only have 7. You know, we just count on what the 45 man was going to be that week. So, but whoever suited up was playing. If I didn't trust them, I wouldn't do it. You know, it's not something that I'm forcing to have happen. You know, if I felt I only had 4 tackles I could trust or 3 ends I could trust, then it would just be those 3 guys playing, you know, or those 4 guys playing. But, you know, I trust the guys that are out there, and to me, I'm hoping the other position groups come along the same way that way. You know, I would like for the whole defense to be that way. You know, the linebackers rotate pretty good too, and so do the corners.